Alright. This is a live art video. These drawings, these MS Paint drawings, are very superficial. The idea behind them is that they are made on MS Paint. That's the big idea. All it is something that looks different. I mean, it's got a specific look to it. That's what it has. That's the value it has. I said this in another video, but there's something, there's something to it. There is something to it. It's like I forgot sort of how to do. I mean, I still am sort of rusty on how to do good paint drawings. It's hard. Well, I did one I was pretty happy with recently. It's just like, and often if you spend too long on one, it loses it just becomes shit. So I try to not get too fiddly with it. White background like that. I'll leave it for now. I did this good thing though last time. Well, I mean, I thought it was good. I thought it was a good effect. Actually, maybe I'll do it like over here. Yeah, this will be good. So you do this, you make this as like a pattern. It's kind of working with the shitness of the application. I mean, everything to do with everything special and cool about MS Paint drawings comes from limitations, or the just like kind of the glitches. You know how like Apple does those sort of or so things like iPad, they'll show like an example of someone doing an amazing drawing on an iPad, on like the iPad, whatever the app is, might be on an iPad, for as an ad. I wonder if they ever did that for MS Paint, like they they were like, look at this amazing thing that your computer comes with and what you can do on it. It's kind of I like working with things which are default. I mean, I like trying to make something you like out of something which it's kind of hard to work with. I've been trying to do that with I have only with real paint, real life paint, acrylic paint. I've got all these colors. I mean, I don't have that many colors at the moment. Most of my paints dried up because I wasn't using them. So I've got like a few kind of big things of house paint. I don't know, they're all these kind of really bright colors. They're really kind of quite challenging to use. But it's sort of the same. I've tried to work with it with the same kind of principle in mind, that you just gotta make it work. But I have a really hard time with it in that context. So MS Paint is easy as well. I mean, digital drawing is a lot easier as well, because you can just undo. If I could undo, I suppose it's the same with everyone. If they could undo real life in drawing or something, they'd be a lot better at it. I mean, they'd be able to produce really good shit. I wonder if it's to do with, I wonder if it's because the stakes are kind of higher, that you produce results which are kind of a bit more stale, less energized or something, because it's kind of because you're sort of worried. I think it is like that. I mean, kind of worrying about it is really the fucking worst. Worst thing for creativity. I found that recently. I mean, I'm worried about that because I just had to buy a big bunch of clay, and I got a feeling that because I bought it with money, I'll be kind of like a bit too restrained with it or something. Hesitant. See, and that looks pretty cool, I reckon. Yeah, these things aren't just whipped up very quickly. I know what point I'm trying to make. I guess that I'm not lazy. These do kind of take a little while to do. We've got a little red kind of happening at the moment. I like this purple that I was tucking into a second ago. There was like this method that I had a little while ago, which I kind of forgot. It was just creating like a texture. So that's the thing, like with this you can kind of learn like these different ways of making interesting textures. But you kind of forget them as well. So I'll show you. It was something to do with that, for example. I think I got like something like this. Did that. Did some like coloring in, which you can't really see. It's sort of hard to see. And then what? Did I like do that or something? That's pretty good. There was that, but there was also like getting just like a slightly different color. Like that. I reckon that kind of works. I don't like that shape though. Oh, what am I feeling? See, I don't know what, I don't know how I'm really guiding myself. It's just like, it's just pretty random. I'm looking at things that I reckon that look cool, and I don't know where they're coming from. Like, I don't know why they look cool. But it's probably mainly from just paintings I've seen on Instagram and in real life. See, this is an example of it being filled in too much. You gotta not go overboard. You gotta just kind of like cruise it a bit. See how that looks. Yeah, I don't know, something like that. Okay, this is long enough as a recording. It's an example of probably how I'd start something.